Welcome to this week's episode of The County Seat. I'm Chad Booth, your host. We will be talking about parks and recreation. We will be talking about the development of parks and the role of government later in the show. We wanted to start our episode today by bringing to your attention the passing of County Commissioner Daniel Webster from Iron County. He was a tireless worker for the county, spent 31 years working for the Utah Department of Transportation as a safety officer. He investigated and reported on accidents across the southwest corner of the state to help improve roads. After his dedicated career there, he retired to a family-run business that he and his wife started 19 years ago with the Dairy Queen franchise in Cedar City. He was well known and loved across the community, graduated from high school in Cedar City in 1967, served valiantly in the Vietnam War, was very seriously wounded, took months in recuperation, developed a long bond of friendship with his veterans that he had served with and healed with, recipient of the Purple Heart. In 2010, he was elected to the Iron County Commission and helped navigate the situation when the Highway 14 collapsed. And he was instrumental in helping speed that process along for the county to get that state road rebuilt. Commissioners in Iron County and many of us across the state that had a chance to work with him and know him will surely miss him. Daniel Webster passed away 2 weeks ago while fishing at Panguitch Lake. Now we'll get on to our story. We are going to talk about the genus of parks, the appropriate role of government in developing parks for a community across a county. The species is a look at the burgeoning Jordan River Parkway in Salt Lake County, and the proposed connector down Parley's Canyon corridor to make a non-motorized recreational corridor throughout Salt Lake County. There are costs involved with it, which we will discuss later in the show. But right now, let's take a look at the parkway. Here's Dan Pope.
From a dumping ground to an urban oasis, the Jordan River Parkway has gone through a dramatic transformation since it was conceived in 1971. Today, 40 miles traverse through 12 cities and the unincorporated part of Salt Lake County. Pedestrians, cyclists, equestrians, among other urban dwellers seeking a respite can be found along the ribbon of green that runs north to south almost the entire length of Salt Lake County. Almost is the key word.
Well, right now there's actually 4 sections of the Jordan River Trail, the paved trail, that are not complete yet. When those are all completed, there will be 76 miles of paved contiguous trail all the way from Weber County down to Saratoga Springs.
Proposition 1, a $47 million bond, will be on the ballot for residents of Salt Lake County to vote on this election. The monies will go to 4 different regional parks across the valley, along with the closing of 4 remaining gaps in the Jordan River Parkway Trail, between North Temple and 200 South, 8600 South to 90th South, 146 South to 150th South, and 159th South to 165th South, and also creating a connector from the Jordan River Trail to the Bonneville Shoreline Trail.
The Jordan River Trail really is kind of the backbone of the trail system and really a backbone of the open space, you know, in the valley. The reality of it is over the years there's been over $40 million invested in the Jordan River corridor. Now that includes other things other than just the trail, but restoration and those sorts of things. So government has taken a lot of interest in the Jordan River corridor, and should really, because it's a real jewel for the valley. And I hope that before I retire that this thing can be complete.
Completion of the Jordan River Parkway will create a route that will run all the way from Utah Lake in Utah County to Lagoon in Davis County, allowing travelers of non-motorized vehicles a way to traverse the entire county and to tie into other systems throughout the Salt Lake Valley. For the county seat, I'm Dan Pope.
Thank you, Dan, for that report. Very interesting. We will get into a very interesting discussion when we come back here on the county seat. We will talk about the proposed linking of the Parley's Canyon recreational area to the Jordan River Parkway and the funding that will be required to make that dream a reality. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of the county seat right after this commercial break.
In San Rafael country, you'll discover more adventure and excitement than you can imagine. And it's only 2 hours from the Wasatch Front. Find gorges that descend thousands of feet, trails that go on forever, and the solitude of finding a place all your own. Emery County and the San Rafael Swell. We're closer than you think.
Almost 45% of the oil produced in Utah, 7.8 million barrels, comes from Duchesne County. That oil feeds our state economy, provides job growth, and supports local business. Here in Duchesne County, we're working to make Utah an economic, cultural, and technological leader. Whether you're here for business or pleasure, Duchesne County will welcome you with open arms and invite you to explore all the beauty of the Uinta Mountains. Duchesne County, close enough for business, far enough to get away.
What do you picture when you hear Rich County, Utah? Bear Lake adventure, snowmobile action, pristine skiing, spectacular solitude. Well, if that isn't what first came to mind, then you just don't know Rich County. The Bear Lake Monster Polar Plunge, snowmobiling Monte Cristo, ice fishing Bear Lake, skiing the backcountry, fishing at the Cisco Disco. Come and find out what you never knew you were missing. Rich County, Utah.
Unlimited opportunity for adventure. It's all about knowing where to look. ATV adventures, rock crawling events, art festivals, and wildlife events. The opportunities are limitless. Pick your adventure in Miller County.